Hi, I'm Dave Wurzel, and you're watching PHTV4 Spotlight. Today's Spotlight is on the spring play at Chicago Christian High School, March 1st and 2nd this year. And we're very fortunate. I think you've got a clue. We are actually sitting at the set. We've got the director and teacher at Chicago Christian on my right, Joe Slavinsky, right? Thank you. And on his right, Nick, who is a cast member. And so we're going to talk about Arsenic and Old Lace. That's the play this year first. Before we talk about the play, Joe, can you give us your background a little bit as a teacher and as a director here?
Sure. So I've been a teacher here now for 2 years, but I've been in education for a lot longer. I taught in public school for my first 11 years of my career in Kankakee and at Bloom Trail High School. And now I'm here at Chicago Christian High School, which is actually my alma mater. I graduated in 2007. I'm very happy to be back, and that's actually also when I started directing. So yeah, I started last year with Peter and the Starcatcher.
Right. All right, well, welcome back. I was going to say, you must have been a child prodigy because you look too young to have been teaching for 11 years already.
I know, right? Must be, the tears of all my students that I've been drinking all those years.
If that's the secret, okay. How about let's talk about Arsenic and Old Lace then. So how about first maybe why you chose this play? What about this play works? How do you go through that process? And then if you talk a little bit how rehearsal is going so far.
Yeah, for sure. So when I was thinking about what play we were going to do for our spring production this year, I realized that the last handful of shows that our school has put on have been sort of more kid-oriented shows, things that little kids want to see. And when I saw the talent that I was working with last year, I really thought, we could stretch these kids and they could do something a little bit more adult-oriented and a little bit more grown-up. And so I started looking at some of those types of shows. And I came across Arsenic and Old Lace, and sort of the plot, of course, is a classic. It struck me as this idea of these two little old ladies who are, killing people and burying them in their basement, but it's a comedy. And so that sort of clued me in right there. And of course, when I read it and then saw the play, I thought to myself, I think we could do this justice here at Chicago Christian. And I think rehearsals so far, they're going well. I mean, we're making progress. We're on track. At this point, when this is being filmed, we're about 2.5 weeks out until the show, and I think we're on track. We'll make it by the end for sure. Yeah, and I think it's going to be a great show.
Good. I think you gave a good teaser there too. The Arsenic and Old Lace. This is two older women who maybe are a little more dangerous than you should think.
Yeah.
How about, do you want to pass the mic to Nick? Because Nick, I want to ask you, tell us about what role you play, and then if you could talk about the challenges in playing that role for you. Because obviously this is not a play of your generation, right?
Well, I play Mortimer, and I'm like one of the only regular people in the whole show. And, well, I'm just the nephew of these two aunts. And I come home and I kind of discover their secret that's going on. And I think my main challenge is kind of putting in all the emotions that I'm supposed to have, because there's times where I'm concerned, I kind of have a big freak out. And then I'm also dealing with another nephew who comes home who really grinds my gears. And I think just getting through all those different emotions is really what makes it such a challenging role.
Say that sounds like a fun role. I like the way you preface it with one of the only regular characters. Joe, maybe you could speak to that too a little bit. The challenges in general for the cast doing this type of play. As you said, this is not a kid play anymore. Something a little bit more adult-like. Definitely, pre them, right? Definitely not a Marvel movie kind of experience. Talk about the staging and acting and some of the challenges you're dealing with putting this on.
So I think that a couple of our biggest challenges, one of course is the size of the play. It's a 3-act show, and we've been doing sort of 2-act shows here for a while. And so just the sheer size of the show has been a challenge for some of our actors. Plus also I think that because the play is set in the 1940s, it's not the way that a lot of our cast is used to speaking. And so I've sort of had to go through and explain to a lot of them, hey, you're saying this, and this is what it means, because it's not the lingo that they're used to using. So I think those have been our 2 big challenges where acting is concerned. Yeah.
It's got to be a good experience for you guys, because then it's a chance for you to grow as an actor too, as well, to take on that challenge that it's within your realm to do, but there's more to it. There's more of the dialogue. Nick, I'm going to give you the microphone, let you hold. I want to step away from the play for just a second and ask you some questions about you as a student at Chicago Christian, okay? Favorite subject in school first?
Well, that's a pretty easy question, actually. I would say my favorite subject is our woodshop class. It's not so much a subject, but it's just a really good physical learning experience. The set that's behind us actually is something that we constructed in that class. I've only had a little bit of time in it, really, but we're building like birdhouses. It's a lot to learn about, like woodworking. It's a lot more to it than you'd think, and that's just a really good experience because that might be something that some people want to pursue that they don't really know about until they take it.
Sure. Other club sports or activities?
I'm on the school improv team. That's my main other thing. We just play a bunch of improv games. We have people come, and it's just a whole lot of fun.
I'm going to have to jump in because as soon as you said improv, the first thing I thought was, I want to give you an improv moment, but don't worry, I'm not going to do it. I'd like to say, all right, you're walking down the street, banana peel, and a woman pushing a baby carriage. Scene, what happened? Okay. All right, how about this then? So it sounds great. You're involved in a lot of other stuff, and I know you're a junior. Is that right? Senior. Okay. Enjoy your next few months of school, right? Don't look ahead. Enjoy this. Obviously, you have a lot of fun stuff coming up, especially with the play here. But what are the plans after high school? Do you think that way yet?
Well, I've spent quite a bit of time thinking, actually, and I haven't really come to any big conclusions. So we have a little family excavating business. So I'm going to go there for about a year and just do some labor and decide whether maybe I want to like go into the union and keep working there or if there's something else that's calling me. So I got a lot of options.
You do, and sometimes you forget. Obviously, there's a carpenter construction thing in your blood anyway, so maybe that's part of it. Whatever you decide, good luck. So some final questions for both of you now. First one I want to ask is if you could be in a play or a musical, or I'll give you a movie option to make it a little bit easier for the younger generation here. If you could play a role in a movie or a play, what role would that be? Why would you play it?
Well, if I had to choose like a musical that I'd like to be in, I always wanted to play Dr. Dolittle in the original musical version of Dr. Dolittle. Those of you who remember Rex Harrison's version of Dr. Dolittle, I've always wanted to play that part. It always fascinated me.
If I had to choose any part from a movie, the Joker has always been a really fun one. I've always seen that and just kind of been amazed by how a person can act like just so insane, and I feel like that would just be a lot of fun to be able to do and challenging to do it well, but still a lot of fun.
All right. You gotta like that he wants to embrace the challenge because that is a complex character. I mean, there's a lot going on with that person. All right. How about a final question for both of you then? What do you like best about either being in the drama club or part of the cast of Arsenic and Old Lace or directing it? At Chicago Christian High School, like, why is this such a good thing?
I think the big thing for me is the feeling of family. So the togetherness that you sort of, form a bond with these people, collaboratively and you spend a great deal of time together, a lot of time. I mean, it's to the point where a lot of our cast members, they're friends already, and so they spend a lot of their time even outside of the play, spending time together and enjoying their time together. And it's nice to see those bonds forming through theater and those connections, and just getting together to collaborate, and you're putting... So yeah, I think that the biggest part of theater that I enjoy being involved in is this idea of collaboration, putting something together and getting to be part of a family. I think a lot of our cast members and our crew members that are involved in the show, they get together even outside of the theater production, and they hang out and spend time together and enjoy their time together. And we spend a lot of time together even in the show to the point where it's just nice to be able to work collaboratively to create something amazing, create something awesome that a lot of people get to enjoy. So.
I'd also have to say I think the community that's built with the whole theater department is just such a big thing here. You meet so many new and different people, and you all come together and do something you enjoy, and then you go out with these people and you just do new things and get to know them well. And I've had so many friends from seniors when I was a freshman to freshmen now that I'm a senior, and we're all just great friends, and we normally wouldn't have met probably, but through theater we're all kind of connected, and it's just really amazing.
It is a special thing when you talk about the amount of time you're together. I mean, I'm sure for both of you, in some regards, you spend more time with each other than your actual family, right? This becomes a second family, and you also get to know each other in ways that you wouldn't. You know, whether you're classmates, you have them in class, but then you come together here, and it's a completely different experience. Or obviously, as a teacher, not in the classroom. No, now we're on the set. I'm going to tell you, this is a beautiful set. I'm jealous and envious that you guys get to do this, and I hope you have fun with it. It looks cool. Definitely want to encourage people to check out Arsenic and Old Lace, Chicago Christian High School, March 1st and 2nd, 7 p.m. performances, and also a matinee on March 2nd also, right?
2 p.m. Yep.
2 p.m.
And if they want to get their tickets online, you can go to the website cchstheater.ludus.com, or you can call the CCHS office at 708-388-7650, and they'll be able to set you up.
All right, thanks, Joe. Good luck. Good luck with rehearsals. Nick, go get them. Have fun with it.
Thank you.
I'm Dave Wurzel, and you've been watching PHTV4 Spotlight. Today's Spotlight has been on the spring play at Chicago Christian High School in Palos Heights, Arsenic and Old Lace, this spring, March 1st and 2nd. Thank you for watching.